Yo, what is going on, everyone in the crypto space? So tonight I thought I'd bring you guys a video about what to expect from Ripple by the end of the year in terms of progress of Ripple, the company. Now, as you may note, that this video title is not what to expect from XRP. This is what to expect from Ripple and some of Ripple's clients and what developments they're kind of making with the Ripple technology. I am not necessarily talking about XRP, but some of these things do actually have to do with XRP. But mainly this video, I want to kind of sort of do like an overview or sort of like a big recap of all these significant statements made by Ripple or Ripple clients or significant announcements that have been made in 2018 that we may have actually forgotten about. And I'll admit it to you guys, there's about 4 pieces of info here, especially, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I forget about on a daily basis. I really don't even remember these things, even though they're actually very significant statements. So I kind of want to give a recap of 2018 so far and kind of give you guys what to sort of expect by the end of 2018 from these actual statements. So first off, as you may know, the Ripple 61 Japan Bank Consortium is actually working together. It's a Ripple centric consortium, and they came out with an app called MoneyTap, and it will actually be deployed this fall actually. And in Japan, fall actually starts officially on September 23rd. So that is actually not far. That is only about maybe less than a month out for when we see MoneyTap. And MoneyTap is X-Current powered, although X-Current can settle with XRP. And it is X-Current powered. And in fall, they are going to have, let's see here. They're going to initially have 3 banks live on MoneyTap first, and then gradually after those 3 banks go live on MoneyTap, there's going to be more and more banks added to the MoneyTap app, essentially, which the backbone of it is the actual X-Current network. And this is actually meant for domestic payments. Like, although Ripple is a big targeter in the cross-border payment industry, I think domestic payments is something that's a little bit overlooked because, yeah, domestic payments, you can get same-day settlement, but it's kind of very rare, and especially in Japan. I know me personally with my bank, with domestic payments, you actually have to do them within a set time frame, or else they won't clear for another day, and they'll get further delayed. So, MoneyTap is essentially an app to where domestic payments can be advanced in Japan. And by the way, I remember some people were asking me like, does XRP really have a use case domestically? My opinion, no. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if there are any benefits to actually using XRP domestically, because let's say XRP was to be used domestically, it means that it's going from the domestic currency to XRP back into the domestic currency, so it's 2 unnecessary transactions. So I'm like 99% positive XRP doesn't have a real use case domestically, but Xcurrent really does and can really advance domestic payments. But the benefit to MoneyTap is that we're now going to have, so it's initially going to start. MoneyTap is initially going to start out with 3 banks, and then it's going to expand to the rest of the consortium. So the benefit that we get here as XRP holders is that we're now going to have 61 banks be exposed to Ripple technology, to where they're going, hey, we're saving 30% on domestic payments. We're getting a couple settlement in a couple of minutes. Hey, why don't we try this in a cross-border fashion? So there really are some benefits here, especially getting these 61 banks exposed to the Ripple technology. And the 61 bank consortium actually accounts for 80% of the banks in Japan in terms of assets. So again, they said very vaguely this would come out in fall, and fall in Japan officially starts on September 23rd. Also, interesting note, kind of an interesting thing to note about this app is that you can actually send money to someone via a phone number. So you wouldn't even need to enter in like account number, routing, name, address. It would just be a phone number to send a payment. Very convenient. Next thing I want to discuss about this came out in May 31st, and essentially Santander, they're actually actively utilizing Xcurrent as we speak, and along with American Express, they actually do plan to expand globally, essentially expand to global corridors to where XRapid could be used there. We've had a slip up of Corey Johnson saying Santander is going to use XRapid. We've had a slip up of recently what's his name? Stephen Thomas slip up and say American Express is wanting to use XRapid as well as Western Union. So it's kind of speculation, but a little bit of like fact at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but essentially, Santander, American Express, they are teaming up to expand to global corridors. Global corridors meaning to fiat currency. So that's where XRP could bridge. And one significant thing to note, guys, is that on this OnePayFX app that is Xcurrent powered within 4 countries, they actually, Anna Boten said, the executive chairman said that now 50% of Santander's annual international transfers could be covered with OnePayFX, which uses Ripple's Xcurrent. So 50% of the bank's annual international transfers could be covered on OnePayFX. That's huge, to have half of all of their international transfers powered by Xcurrent. And Xcurrent, again, can settle with XRP in some situations. And it also did state, Santander plans to roll out OnePayFX service to more countries in the near future, further increasing its utility and value for customers. So this is kind of something I forget about on a daily basis, is that Ripple technology is actually actively being used. One with Xcurrent and on OnePayFX, and again, they do plan to expand to global corridors, so this is something to keep note of. Again, same thing, similar scenario with Standard Chartered. This was back in May as well. Is that they plan to extend the use of RippleNet to more countries, and the most significant one here saying Standard Chartered is to extend its use of the Ripple network for cross-border payments to 5 more pairs of countries over the coming year. And when they do state 5 more pairs, I can, if the person who wrote this article, if their primary language is English, and it's not, because usually what happens is sometimes people who write articles, it actually might be even translated from another language, and it can give off a different message. But what I'm saying is that if this is written, like if this was meant to be written in English and it was not like translated from another language, then it does make sense to think that, yeah, they do want to expand to 5 different global corridors. When they say 5 more pairs of countries over the coming year, so essentially in 2018, when they want to expand to 5 more pairs of countries, use the RippleNet technology, that means we can get 5 corridors just off of Standard Chartered alone. And they were actually the ones who are tapping into the $15 billion trade corridor between India and Singapore. So again, it's a very inefficient currency pair, or in a very inefficient corridor that could be Xrapid powered. So the fact that they do want to expand into 5 more pairs of countries, I find that fantastic. Also, I think there's a little more significance here. We are using blockchain technology to streamline cross-border payments as part of the first live real-time payments corridor between Singapore and India that we initiated in 2017. We will expand this capability to 5 more pairs of countries in 2018. So they do say in 2018 they will expand to 5 more pairs of countries in 2018. So again, yeah, I'm just showing you guys these pieces of info because I want you to kind of take note of the things that have been said in 2018 that are sort of expected to be initiated or expanded further by the end of 2018. So this is another significant, very significant one right here. They do plan to expand to 5 more corridors. 5 more corridors. Again, one thing that I never see mentioned much, because this tweet came out when XRP was at like $2 or something like that, and there was some and back then, or not back then, it was such a long time ago, but back when XRP was near all-time high, a big FUD, a whole ring of FUD was coming around about banks do not want to use XRP, and Ripple absolutely backlashed and dropped a bomb saying that 3 of the top 5 global money transfer companies plan to use XRP in payment flows in 2018. Even more in the pipeline. A very bold and confident statement by Ripple. I'm still going to hold them up to this because they said this at the very beginning of the year. They did state, again, from Ripple, the company themselves, 3 of the top 5 global money transfer companies plan to use XRP in payment flows in 2018. We can speculate on what those companies may be, but if it's 3 of the top 5, we know they're going to be big companies. And right now, we do know Ripple is working with MoneyGram and Western Union, and they're both Xrapid partners. Last thing to note here is that American Express and Santander, they are partnered up like in their little own group. It's kind of a collaboration between Ripple, Santander, and American Express, and they're going to have it to where payments made by American Express business customers and its FXIP platform will now be routed through Ripple's enterprise blockchain network. It says the blockchain project will initially allow customers in the U.S. to make instant, traceable cross-border payments with the UK, with UK Santander bank accounts. And a significant one here, it said, Ripple said that its cryptocurrency XRP will come into play as means of speeding up payments later down the line. And remember what I said about Santander and American Express wanting to expand to global corridors. That's essentially what they could be referring to. So again, the last thing, guys, I want you guys to note, to kind of give like a whole recap 2018 and what to expect sort of in the next 4 months, because we are closing in on 2018, is the good old XRapid. XRapid now, it is pretty much expected to go live in 2018. What's going on, Siren? What are you doing? Coming in mid-video? But I was actually in the Discord while David Schwartz was in there, and then he actually did state that Ripple has given the employees the confirmation to say that they expect XRapid to go live by the end of the year. So that is everything, guys. That is kind of a lot. Those are all the statements and headlines that have been made in 2018, where they all kind of express a expansion in later 2018. So I'll just give you guys another quick recap again. Money tap this fall. Santander's won't pay FX. Utilizing Xcurrent and are going to expand to global corridors. Standard Chartered wants to expand to 5 more pairs of countries by the end of this year. And 3 of the top 5 global money transfer companies plan to use XRP and payment flows in 2018, and as well as XRP will come into play in the means of American Express, Santander, and Ripple's little partnership. So, and XRapid, pretty much every Ripple employee has been saying it's expected to go live this year. It seems like they're really confident about that, and they do plan on bringing it on this year. So that is pretty much everything that has been mentioned in 2018 that I find very significant. And these things that I showed you that are mentioned like months ago, we seem to really forget about them. And I wanted to bring them up again because they are such significant statements. So again, hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I think this is a pretty good piece of content right here, because this is kind of like all these pieces of info that kind of tie in to the end of 2018. And also, SBA virtual currencies, they should be happening this year. If it doesn't happen this year, there's got to be something's got to be going on we don't know about. But SBA virtual currencies, they do have a maintenance scheduled on September 1st, so you guys can go ahead and speculate about that. So there you guys go. That's everything to pretty much expect from Ripple in 2018. Not necessarily XRP, but to expect from Ripple. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, check the links in the description if you do want to support the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video or a stream. So let me guys know what you think in the comments of this video. Let me know. I will see you guys in the next one, and I am very excited. I'm honestly very excited for the end of 2018. I think when XRapid goes live, the thing about this new technology with first cryptocurrency actually being used, I mean, the first currency to actually be used in banks that is not a domestic fiat-backed currency, that's just some exciting times. It's really exciting because we honestly don't know what's going to happen. We really do not know what's going to happen, and I feel like that's the really exciting part. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.